Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G-Bear's Off-Grid Windy Ways. You had to add the word windy in there. Winds are up again, getting closer to 30 miles per hour now. So I got my windproof, wind-resistant microphone on, and that's hopefully drowning out a little bit of the sound. So anyway, got a dog here. He looks a little tired. And there's Doggy Daddy over there. And speaking of dogs, the others are all probably underneath the motorhome over there. That's where they like to hang out, except for DOG. His favorite place is underneath my little ore cart there. He's dug himself a little hole to lay in there because he's getting big. So anyway, they've had their meals already and all of that. And while I'm talking about their meals, I want to put out a special thanks to my friend Don, who helped out with dog food. It really was appreciated because funds are really super tight right now. And I don't know if Captain Crazy and his squad don't get kicked out of office pretty soon, this country is going down the tubes because it's getting worse and worse every day. So anyway, I moved the tote doghouse over here, and it looks like Gillis has found a nice place to lay down and relax there, right outside of that doghouse. So that's a good thing. And yeah, winds are cranking up there. So, what have I been doing? Well, I've been going out 2 to 3 times a day to the garden and battling grasshoppers / locusts. And I say grasshoppers / locusts because the difference between the two is locusts swarm in large swarms and devastate whole crops, and grasshoppers kind of their limited population. So let me get this open, and I've been in here 2 to 3 times a day. Look what they're doing to my plants here, just chewing the heck out of them. I got my spray bottle with me. I'm going to have to go on a bigger attack because these guys are really devastating my plants. Look at that. Kale down there is almost completely wiped out. That one's just nothing but holes. And there's 1 million, if not 2 million, little baby grasshoppers all over the place hopping around down here. And I did my research on these guys and what they do. There's some little ones right there. What they do is they lay their eggs in the soil. And you need to break up the process. So you need to move the top 2 inches of the soil around. And that's what I have this little rotary thing here for. I'll be doing that next. But I found out that the stuff I'm using here that I usually kill moths and flies and things like that with has little effect on these grasshopper guys. So what am I going to do about them? Well, found out that vinegar, either apple cider vinegar or straight white vinegar mixed with water should do the job. I've got watercress down below that apricot tree that's usually flourishes like crazy, and almost all of it is eaten up and dying off. These little boogers are all over the place. Look what they did to my kale here. Look at this. And there's these little tiny white moths. And the little tiny white moths have been laying their eggs in the plants too. And I've lost a few corn stalks. Looks like my peas over there are all getting destroyed by these guys. The cucumbers are still growing and climbing here. They haven't really got to those yet. Got a few little holes in the leaves here and there, but they seem to leave the cucumbers alone for right now. But I've got to get something out here, so I'm going to get the vinegar going. And but by deeper research, I found that if you put a little bit of neem oil in with the vinegar and water, and you kill a little douchebags. Sorry, had to put that one in there, vinegar and water. Anyway, yeah, they're killing all my potato plants, and I can't get the lead on them. There's one of those little white moths. Look what they've done to my potato plants too. They're stripping them clean. So I've got some onions here that are ready for harvest. So I'm going to have to pull those up and get them braided together and dry them out a little bit. Got another one over there that looks like it's ready. How you tell is when the top of the onion falls over, like this one here, like half the onion is falling over. That's ready for harvest. And to make sure you're ready, you can pinch down here low, close to the onion, and it should be very soft and hollow. So that tells you that it's ready for harvesting. So those are red onions. These are regular onions. And I'll get some onions out of there, save myself some money. And I've definitely got to get these grasshoppers. I mean, when I spray this stuff down there, these little tiny things start hopping all over the place. But this doesn't really have an effect on them. And from what I researched, the vinegar will. So I'm going to have to get out here with the vinegar and see if I can't save my crops. And go from there. This potato plant is really, look at all those little baby grasshoppers hopping around down there. Now the vinegar and water won't, and the neem oil just helps it hang on, and it won't hurt my plants. So it's also not a chemical that'll hurt us from eating the fruit and vegetables from the plants. I had a grasshopper on my finger. So the basil has been keeping the bugs off of the tomato plants for the most part, and I've got some nice looking flowers on here, and I should be setting fruit pretty soon. But I've got to do a little bit more trimming. I did prune a bunch of them down low. You want to prune your tomato plants about 10 to 12 inches up from the ground. That's how the bugs get onto the plants. They grab onto the leaves, the branch of leaves that's really too close to the ground, like that branch right there. That one will end up getting cut off of there. And they can climb right up that branch if it's touching the ground, and they get on your plant, and then they start killing your plant. So you want to trim them off down low. And over the years, I've forever always pulled these little suckers off right here. And I just saw a guy who's a professional tomato grower on YouTube who says he put two plants side by side. He plucked all the suckers off of one every time they came up, and he didn't touch the other one. And there was no difference in the production of the plant. So I guess about the only thing it would do is it would save you from watering, because you're growing green that you don't need. And that's the way I was taught, was take off all those suckers, because you're trying to grow tomatoes, not green plants. So these bugs have been getting into my carrot greens here, and they really did a job on my radishes. So I didn't plant new radishes because it seemed like a effort in futility to replant where the bugs are just tearing it up. Hi, Blackbeard. How you doing, buddy? What you doing out there? Yeah. So they haven't really gotten to my grapevines yet, and that's a good thing. Of course, this grapevine and that grapevine only has one little tiny cluster of grapes on it right now. They're still too young to be doing a big production. But this grapevine is really, really packed with grapes. So I'll get a lot of good grapes off of this one. You betcha. Oh yeah. They even got all the way out there. I didn't think they would. Yeah, I'm going to have to prune it back again this year, and it'll grow up stronger. So when you're pruning your grapevine, you want to get everything off the main stalk at the bottom. You don't want anything growing down there. It just invites pests. And then you try to leave 2 to 3 good heavy-duty branches that'll run across your trellis. And that's what I got here. I got this one big one that goes here. I got this big one that runs here. And I started the third one that running across over here. Hey, you know, I haven't done this yet this year, so I think I'm going to stop right here and take a pee in the garden. There, I got my pee. Yeah, I know. You thought I meant something else. Oh my God, that's good. The little buggers, they chewed the stem off of that one down there. And there's one big pea pod on it. I think that's going to be the second pea I take today. There we go. Another good one. Oh, those are good. So sweet. Well, I'll put that one in my pocket so you don't have to listen to me eat. All right, well, we're running a little bit long here. I'm going to get out here to the last part. It's like the 15th right now. So it's been 12 days since I started the air layer. And we'll give it, I'll probably give it about another 5 days. So not this weekend, but next weekend, we'll open that up and see how the air layer is going. Then I can get that branch off of there and move the air layer pod down to the next branch down lower. And I may take a couple of apple scions off my apple tree in the greenhouse, and on the stub that's left off of there when I cut that tree off, I'll graft those in onto the end of that branch and see if I can't get those going. I'll make sure I get that recorded so everybody can see how it's done. In the meantime, my one little avocado here is a new one this year. It's growing pretty quickly, but as you can see, the bugs have gotten to the leaves. My peach tree is getting stronger. This old avocado is made it through the winter and is getting stronger and it's got fresh growth at the top. So I'll be covering that up again for next winter. And other than that, you've seen it all. You've seen it all before and you've seen it all again. This is G Bear telling you, I think we need 16 more subscribers to be 7777, and that's when the giveaway will happen. And I've got a great idea for the giveaway. I might do one multi-prize, grand prize for one winner, or I might do a first and second place. And I haven't decided that part yet, but I will. Thanks for joining me. This is G Bear saying give me those thumbs ups and don't forget to share and subscribe. Get those 16 subscribers in here so we can get that part going. This is G Bear signing off.